Alright, I'm going to fix a few more of these broken studs today. Can't exactly remember what this part was. It was something to do with the chain tensioner. But it only had 3 bolts. Someone's tried to drill this out, and they've tried to get it out before. I'm going to weld a nut on there and see if I can get it out. Okay, I've got to weld it on. It was pretty nasty. They drilled right down. So it's moving a little bit. I've got to really hold on to the head. I'll see if I can get it to go. It doesn't fail. You can see where the weld's gone down into this nut and just didn't stick. I may have to drill this one out and tap it. We'll see. I'll give it one more try. Got all 4 bolts in. I end up having to re-tap that and drill it. It just wouldn't come out. There it is there. Of course they drilled into it. I just couldn't get it to come out, so I just tapped it, re-tapped it. I've re-tapped all of these actually. That one there's a little bit worn, but I think it'll be okay. Now I'm going to weld this up and re-fix that. There's a little split here, and that's busted. So that's got to be welded up and drilled and re-tapped. First I'm going to try and fix this. Not sure whether to just weld it or try and get that out and make a new one. Not much good that, but I could make another one, but I'm just not sure how it's held in there. I'm going to have a go at just fixing up with weld. I know it sounds a bit bodgy, but it's actually pretty common to fix stuff with weld. Let's see, give it a go. It's not as if I can wreck it. It's already stuffed. I've just welded a bit of a lip around that. I'll just drill a hole through it, fill it, fix it up with a file, whack a bit of paint on it. It's just got to have a lip there to hold the hose on once you put a clamp there, so pretty happy with that once it's all shaped up. There's that done. That'll work good. Nothing wrong with that. Turned out good. I'll just flick a bit of paint on it now to just protect it. That'll do. I'm happy with that. It's just got to have a knob on it to stop the hose coming off. Saves, you know, making a new one, hassling around pulling that out. That's done, that bit. There's the repair there. Plus I also fixed that little bit there. It's covered, but I think it's covered. Even if it's not, I still want to fix it. But the thing is, with this TIG welding business, everything's got to be spotless. So I've got to clean all that oil and make that nice and clean. Well, so much for that. There was hardly anything holding that on. It just fell off. There's a bit of it there. Finally got the TIG welder going. I had to take it out to my friend's place and get him to look at it because the thing just wasn't turning off. It's just been a real pain in the neck since day one. That's the second one. I replaced the first one. Anyway, I don't know if I'd recommend buying one of these, but it's going now. It had a couple of things wrong with it. My mate fixed it. Thank God. Never videoed doing this. It just needs cleaning up. It looks a bit, it's got a little bit of hair there, but once that's all shaped up, it'll be fine. We just welded that up, built that up with weld. Like that other bit, it was just junk. Anyway, that's tomorrow. It's been a long day. But at least now I've got a TIG welder that works. I'm pretty happy. Thanks, Alfie. Righto, now I'm going to clean this up. That's gone a bit over than what I would have liked, but it'll grind out. I've just got to be careful and carefully grind it out. I'll probably do that first. And get these done, drill that out, and then this head's ready to be pulled apart, cleaned. It's all set. I'm just taking it down with the grinder. I've cut in there with this, and then this, and now I'm going to file it, and then I'll just sand it and shape this. Getting there. These things here, they're called transfer punches. Yeah, it's got a punch in the centre. Right, this is a 7mm one I need, so I've got that set up. I just want to make sure I get this hole in the exact right spot. So you put that down there. Alright, and that will, I'll put a punch mark exactly where I need the hole. I don't have to worry about measuring it then. I really want to do this with 2 hands. I want to hold that steady, and then I'll just give that a tap. You only do it light because you don't want to blunt them. And then you transfer it, you use a real punch, and then you give it a good whack. Set this up in the drill press. So to drill a vertical hole, I also need 2 hands, but you put that on your mark. That slides down. You hold that there, and that holds your drill vertical. But I also need 2 hands, so I'm just going to do it that way. The drill, you know your hole's dead vertical, or very close to it. I've drilled a 4.5mm hole, and this is a 6mm tap. So I also like to use that as well. It guides the tap straight. You only need that at the start, because once you get your tap going in, that's how it's going in. If it goes in straight, it's going in straight. If it's going in crooked, it's going in crooked. I still like to do this with 2 hands. There's that hole fixed. This is done. There's a little bit out of that, but I'm not going to worry about that. I might just sand that a bit. I nicked it with a grinder there. That'll be right. I've just got to shape this up here. I don't want that to be protruding onto the chain where it's the sprocket, whatever goes in there. So I've just got to finish this bit, and the head's repaired. All done. Turned out alright. Turned out really good actually. Take that little side cover off. I'm not sure what it does, but it's full of white stuff, whatever the hell that is. Definitely get that out of there and give that a good clean. It doesn't look good at all. I'm going to have a go at fixing this flywheel, at least trying to make it better. You can buy it, but we'll just see. It's just got to get it mounted in here properly. It's not quite right. Anyway, I'll just see if I can get it in there good first. It's about as good as I'm going to get it. I didn't even think I was going to get it that good, but it's actually pretty good. It's just got a small bit of run out there, but that's fine. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm having trouble getting the auto feed on the cross slide to work. I'm doing it by hand, that's why I can't really film it much. It's got to be smooth and use 2 hands. I think I'm forgetting something, I'm not sure. I tried everything, I couldn't get it to work. I can get it going down the carriage, no problem. But anyway, I want to use 2 hands. It's pretty good. I might just take a bit more off it to just see if I can get this last bit out of it. It's a little bit warped actually, but it's coming up good. I only want to take the least amount of material as possible. I might not take that whole groove out. You can still see it's low there. There's a mark there where there's a low. And it's obviously low where that ring is. I'll take another couple of thou off it. About got it. Bit annoyed that the auto feed's not working on the cross slide, but I still remember that happening once before. I'll look into it. Oh, that's pretty loud. Still a bit low there. You can just see that in there. I'll see if I can get that out. I'm going to call that done. I really don't want to take any more than that off it. You can see a little bit on this outer edge, but I don't think the actual clutch plate goes out that far. I'll just grab it. Hard to see that, but yeah, it doesn't go right out, so I'm calling that. That's done. There it is there. The clutch plate only goes out to that line, so it's fine. A little bit warped that, but it's good now. So I'm also going to test this clutch in the car running before I put the body on and make sure it does work. I don't see why it won't. Now I've got to pull this thing apart and do the same with this. It's a prick to get apart. I've already had it apart. It fell apart. It took me ages to get it back together. And I got that thing apart. It's actually, yeah, we'll see how we go. Should be able to get it back together. There it is there. It was a little bit buckled. Took a bit to get it in true. I never filmed any of that because it's a bit dangerous. I didn't want the thing to go flying off and hit my car here. Or me. I had to change these things around. They're a different type, so they hold it on the outside. But anyway, if it doesn't work, we'll get another one. But it was pretty warped, and it was all badly scored, so it's worth a try. Now I've got to just see if I can remember how to put it together. I finally got that back together. It only goes back one way, because all this has to line up. And these aren't exactly the same, so it only goes in one way. So I had to pull that apart 3 times. Anyway, it should be right. We'll find out once we get the thing running, and we'll try and drive it out before I put the body on. I'll just put a bit of inox on here, Linox, and just leave it now. Put that on there so it doesn't rust till we put it together. You just wipe that off, put it together. I think it'll be fine. I'll pack that away now. We've got ourselves a clutch. It saves a lot of money fixing that. Put those 2 punch marks there, because this really only goes in one way. It took me I had to pull that apart about 5 times to get it right. Now it's together. I can just pull that apart whenever I want now. It's sitting there. When time comes, the bolts to the crankshaft, pop that out, drop that in, put that back on, and then put these nuts in, bolts, and there's your clutch. But yeah, that took a bit of figuring out to get that back together properly, but it's all done. It's got this part of the head here. It's got these little steel parts in there. There's 4 bolts. Good luck getting them out, but if I have to, I will. I'm just going to wrap this video up because I need to get all the stuff off this phone. It's only a little iPhone 5. If any of you Honda guys that know a lot about these Hondas know what's going on here, does that need to be pulled out, or can I leave it like that? If I have to, I'll get those bolts out. They're pretty nasty. The heads are rotted off, most of them. Good luck getting them out. But those little steel plates, do they need to be replaced? If anyone there knows, please tell me. Anyway, thanks for that. I'll wrap this video up.